to order of the Southborough Housing Opportunity Partnership Committee at 8:37 a.m. The order of business is to vote on the packet to send to the possible partners or developers for the Atwood property. Everybody has a letter that I sent to you yesterday. I'm sorry, Tom took a look at that and helped us change it up and revise it a little bit for us to take a look at this morning. So thank you, Tom, for doing that. I appreciate it. Does anybody have any comments or want to talk about any different points in that letter?
I'm good with it as it is. I think, we're gonna excuse me, deal with the question of whether we do single family or multifamily as we go along. But I think the letter is fine as is. The only comment I would have is in the original letter, I had attached 2 maps, which might be helpful for the potential partners.
All right, those maps should have been attached.
Okay, all right, then yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, those maps are there in my copy, so
okay.
It might be a little bit further down, Al.
Okay,
but those maps are still there.
Okay.
Okay, I can't see everybody, so Tom, did you want to bring up any points or questions on this letter?
No, I mean, I thought Al's original draft was pretty good. I just, just because I can't touch anything without editing it, I just, reorganize it a little bit. And then, I guess the only substantive thing I'd added was, I think Al's original letters draft said that, the preferred format is 2 single-family homes. So I changed that to make it a little more flexible. I guess I personally don't think that that's the best configuration. I'd rather try to, it's a 2-acre parcel of land. I think there's more opportunity for affordable housing than just 2 units of single-family homes. There's single-family homes are 25,000 square foot lots. So, it's the lot, the 2-acre property lends itself to more, we're not talking about doing anything crazy, but to at least give us some flexibility in what the developers propose to us. 2 single-family homes could be one opportunity, but I think we want to encourage them to come up with a townhouse type configuration as well. But that's the only sort of substantive thing I guess I modified.
Okay. Jesse, do you have any comments?
Hey, Dorian, are we talking about the letter that was sent yesterday from you? That is, the document is titled SHOPC RFI letter for affordable housing.
It's the set I sent you. So I mistakenly sent you the original letter. And then I sent you a second email last night.
I got it. So,
okay, then that's the category. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the top.
So in paragraph 3, I think it is, or 2, it reads, to that end, Southborough Affordable Housing Trust Fund Committee and Southborough Housing Opportunity Partnership Committee are pursuing an initiative. I would change pursuing to considering. I don't think that pursuing is actually, this is an agenda item, and we're considering this.
Which paragraph, number 3?
2.
I guess my only comment on that, Jesse, is that we're trying to get developers to respond to this and to take it seriously. And I guess I'm a little concerned that if we just say, hey, we just have this sort of vague concept of doing affordable housing, they may not think that there's enough existing resolve in these agencies to warrant spending a lot of time and on a short basis to come up with a concept.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
So I mean, Mr. Bizzicola, we can agree to disagree on these things. That's totally a-okay.
No, just the drafting intent. I'm open to everything. That's just my sort of intention behind it.
No worries. And then the last paragraph, I guess I'm just not in agreement personally with the, the immediacy. I understand I'm sort of an outlier in this committee in my thinking on this matter. So I probably will not support the, this letter in its current form. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? I can't see everybody who's here. I'm assuming that Doug is here. Does, Doug not there? Okay, Paul, do you have anything to add?
No, I'm good with it as is. Thanks.
Okay. John?
I don't
not
think
there
John's
either?
here. No.
Okay. All right. I did have one comment that I'd like to just bring up for discussion. It in number 9, we say if we talk about donating the land, and then we say, we'd ask the builder to bring forward all of his, to bring any extra, building
Research.
or empower them to do whatever and pay for stuff. But then we say, well, if you can't do it, then we'll give you money. I don't think we should be saying that in this letter. I think that should be left out. We shouldn't be offering to give them something extra when we're already giving them the land that's valued at almost $500,000. Just a thought. I just don't.
I think it boils down to a
I don't
question
think we
of,
should be saying that. And
it boils down to a question in my mind of how many affordable units you want. If you want all of the units to be affordable,
right.
then we're going to have to chip in something beyond the land.
Well-
If you want to have it a mixed program, then you might not
Right.
have to.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'm thinking that we shouldn't offer that we're going to give them money to begin with, Al. I think that's a negotiating tactic, and I think that's a tool that we should be kind of holding on and not letting them know that, because we've talked to some people that they're just saying, just give us the land and we'll build it. They're not asking for funds. So I think to put that out there and just offer it blindly, I don't think is in the best interest of the taxpayers. We know it's there. We can't promise CPA money either. That has to be approved by them. We don't have any control over CPA funds. They're in their own entity, and they're not controlled by anyone in town. So that would have to go to them privately, via a grant. But I don't think we should be offering that. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing it out there. I just don't think that's something that we should be offering. I think we should offer the land. It's valued at almost $500,000. And then if they need something else, or they can't do it because they need, cash, then we can say, hey, we have some other options here. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think we should put all our cards on the table. That's my thinking.
I don't have a problem with, removing that sentence or leaving it incredibly vague. And I'm certainly willing to defer to Tom's drafting skills to tidy that up.
Yeah, just to give you my insight on the drafting, because I had the same, I agree with both points, and I tried to balance it, because on the one hand, we don't want to say, hey, we're going to give you all the money you need. On the other hand, there's a balance between committing to giving them, affordable housing trust funds and CPA funds, or, telling them that, well, holding it in reserve to say that it's there. I guess part of the balance is to try to make this attractive to developers to respond to it. If they know that they're, not just getting the land, but there's a possibility of getting affordable housing trust funds as well, that can help make the project more economically feasible. Will that be a tipping point of getting more developers to respond to us or not? That's the balance. So I could go either way, but that's one reason to keep it in, is to make this look like a more attractive proposition for potential developers. But I agree with you, Dorian. There's also the element of not necessarily committing ourselves to using those funds either. I try to phrase it in terms of if and to the extent needed to make it economically feasible, these funds are available, without saying, we will, make these available. So that was the balance.
you could put some softer words such that, SHOPC and the Affordable Housing Trust Fund are committed to making sure that this is an economically feasible proposition.
Yeah, I would be amenable to that. That would, to me, that's a little bit better, Al. I just don't think we should put all our cards on the table. We're negotiating and trying to get something to a project. So that's just my thought process here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we don't, what we need, well, we can vote on this letter today, but we don't have all of the other information for the packet. And I have names of builders and stuff that I had, but I haven't heard back from anyone else. So I'm hesitant we can't send this out as it is right now. So Al, do you have any other information for a packet to get this out to these builders? I mean, or is it just the letter that's going?
I think it's just the letter. I don't think we need anything else. Frankly, what we need to do is get their attention and have them ask us questions. There's really nothing else right now that we need. We need to send them. We need to get these people engaged, and the sooner rather.
All right.
than
Should we send a copy of the deed with this packet, or should we hold off on just voting on this letter as amended, getting this out? Again, I have eight builders. And John had mentioned a couple. And I have Habitat on my list as well, Al. Is that all we're sending it to?
That's a pretty good start. And as more come along, we can inform more.
Okay.
Yeah. My feeling is that we need to get this out, and I don't think we need to send the deed. We've told them where they look at. Every one of these builders knows how to do a deed search. We don't need to send the assessment card. The builder's going to want to know information about the lot, which is in the letter. Everything we know about the lot is pretty much in the letter. So, I'm good with it as amended. And if Tom wants to draft it, we can then, move forward.
All right. Tom, if I send you the amendments a little bit later today, I can change the letter with the amendments. Tom, I'll send it to you and see if you could maybe soften that one area. And then
Yeah, I can do it right now if we want to try to get it, get it out.
Let's
I got it up on my screen right now. You want me to just modify that? I'm basically just changing that last line of 9 to say something along the lines of, SHOPC and the HTF are supportive of, the financial feasibility of the project, something generic like that, to sort of telegraph to them that there might be other funds available without
without putting all our cards on the table.
Yeah.
All right. So
that sound right?
All right. Is there a motion on the table then to approve this letter as amended? And before I send it out, I'm going to send it to everybody just to take one final look at it. And if there's a huge issue or a huge problem, I'll call another meeting to discuss it a little bit further. Otherwise, if I don't hear from anyone, I'm going to send it out as amended. Does that sound okay to everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So moved.
All right. So moving. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. So this is a roll call vote. Al?
Aye.
Jesse?
Nope.
Okay. Tom?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
And Dorian is aye. Okay. So what I'll do is, Tom, I'll connect up with you, make sure we have all the amendments, and I'm going to send it back out to everyone again later today, reread it one more time. If I don't hear anything saying, stop, Dorian, I've got an issue, I'll call another emergency Zoom. Otherwise, I'm going to get those letters out probably by tomorrow, if I can, at the very least by Friday. Because we know we have the holiday and I'm going crazy here. So, all right.
One other item,
I'm going to,
we have one other item, which is we also need to approve the draft letter to the abutters, which is the one that you.
So that is not, Al, that's not on our agenda this morning. The only thing on the agenda, so we can't vote on anything else right now. It's not in the agenda. I sent the agenda out last week. So that is not on our agenda. We cannot take a vote on that this morning. Do you want me to try to pull another Zoom meeting early next week then? Or do you want to just do it with the Affordable Housing Trust Fund and have them send it out? I
So yeah,
can't legally vote on that this morning. It's not on our agenda.
yeah, so I'm going to have a meeting of the Affordable Housing Trust Fund probably next Wednesday. I had promised that it would be very brief. So we will approve that, and then we can discuss whether we need to have, whether it just comes from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund.
Okay, yeah, sorry, it's not in the agenda. I didn't add it. I just sent the agenda out last week to everyone. I didn't get anything to be added or discussion. So this morning, it's just this vote. All right, so is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Okay, roll call vote. Al?
Aye.
Jesse?
I had a question about process.
Okay,
So the vote was to approve the letter, and I assume that means also it's going to be sent out. That's part of that vote, right?
it's going to be amended. And then what I was going to do is just to make sure that we're voting it. I just want to send out the final letter to everyone so you see it before I send it out.
Okay.
If it doesn't look like the way it's supposed, you guys wanted to read based off of our vote, then we will have to revote it. Because I'm not
So-
comfortable. We don't have it in front of us. So I want you to see it before I send it out. I'm not
Yeah,
sending anything
I'm
out
just wondering about the process of procurement.
Sure. I am
Go ahead.
trying to get, I have been trying for, as you heard last night, Jesse, I'm a little frustrated with town council as well. And I'm trying to get, I have that question in front of town council. And I'm going to now beat on his door to get an answer on that.
So in terms of is there a state bidders list that this is supposed to?
I don't know the answer to that, and I'm trying to get town council to give me the answer.
Right. I mean, I really feel like we should be having our ducks in a row logistically before proceeding with this. Anyway, that was my one discussion point. So at this point, in terms of the vote on the floor to adjourn, my vote is yes.
Dorian,
You know, I just remembered that letter. Do you guys want to stay on for 2 more minutes? I'll circulate the revised letter to vote
Sure.
on now. Or would you rather adjourn?
no, I have Jan Sturgeon that wants to talk.
we
I gotta jump. I got a 9 o'clock meeting.
yeah,
Okay,
and
I'll just circulate this.
yeah, and meeting was not, it was just to vote this letter in. It was just for us to, as a working meeting, to vote. I don't have public comment down, and I really need to get into an event here.
Okay.
I did, this wasn't supposed to be a long meeting or a complicated one. I'm not really, no, I can't. All right, just let her say something quickly, but we all have to go. We are in limited time this morning.
Go ahead, Jan.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Basically, no one has talked to the abutters in detail. And it just feels like this is the cart before the horse. And it seems like the plans keep changing from the different meetings that I'm going to. And I know this committee prides itself on transparency, and other committees in town do too. I'm still looking for the transcript of the executive committee minutes of September 29th. I know Al received an overdue notice, and I tried to follow it up with town hall, and I didn't get a response from there either. I'm also looking for the transcript of the SHOPC meeting that we had recently. I know you're all in a hurry, so it's making me very nervous to try to talk. But there's lots of people with lots of concerns, and I just think this is going very fast. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jan. I also am concerned about the posting of the Affordable Housing Trust minutes and the non-posting of those. So I'm curious about that as well.
I believe those minutes were approved, and I'll double check, but I think they're in the town clerk's office. But I'll double check on it. And Jan, I will follow up with you.
Okay. Jan, thank you for your comments. I also agree. I think this is moving very quickly. We're trying to hit all of the parts that we need to hit all at one time. I apologize. We're just trying to move this quickly to make a town meeting date. We may not be able to do that, but that's what we're trying to do. So just please be patient with us. We're trying to be transparent as much, the best of our ability. You are going to be notified. Nothing's going to happen without talking to the abutters, at least not from the SHOPC side, and I'm sure not from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. Again, this is just a working meeting. We're trying to pull all the different pieces together very quickly. I agree. But nothing is going to happen without talking to you guys. It just won't happen. So, all right, we were in the middle of a vote. I've got a yes from Al, a yes from Jesse, Tom.
Aye.
Paul,
Yes.
and Dorianne is an aye. Jan, just be patient. We will be in touch with you, I promise. And Tom, let's get that letter together. I want to get that out to the board to take one more look at that before that gets sent out.
There is a video up for
Have a good day,
9/29.
guys. I gotta go.
Okay. All right. Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great
Bye.
day.
Bye.